Well, namaste, YouTube, and namaste, everyone. I am Master Lady Kira Ra, the unified field and presence of the Sri Ramka Kira Ra. And I welcome you here this afternoon to my teeny tiny little home in my what I like to call our library area, and where Sri and I spent a lot of time together. And today is a very special day. Today is a moment that you have said yes to. We have collectively made it to March. We are here right now. And that, in and of itself, is worth bowing before the divine that you are still in form. And as I share that with you, I'm just taking in a deep breath because, of course, I'm immediately brought to my beloved wisdom teacher, Sri Ramka, that aspect of the self of this unified field, who I'm going to do what I was invited to do to open today. So I'm going to go ahead. Hold up. I want to bring up something. There it is. So I want to invite you right now to bring your hands to your heart. And I want to share with you that make a little note of this, or when you listen to this show again, be sure that you go ahead and go listen to, you're going to want to write this down. It's Melissa Felipe. And the name of the song is There Is Only One of Us. And for those of you that ever came, and Sri and I had the honor of being with you at Avesa trainings or Golden Ray or Crystalline Ray or any of the extraordinary, massive journeys that we took, whether it was with 10 of you or 1,000 of you at a time over the years, you always heard us sing this, and we always sang it together. And about 24 hours ago, I had an extraordinary blessing of the unified field bringing forward a very profound ensoulment, which I'm going to share just a little of today, because the rest of it is really for the Divine Mastery Presence experience. However, the song, There Is Only One of Us, has just a few lines. And so I'm going to say those lines to you right now. And then at the request of my beloved, because we always opened all of our experiences by singing with all of you, I'm going to sing it for you, and I'm going to ask you to sing it with me. Just one verse. So bringing our hands to our heart, here are the words. You ready? All right. Line 1. There is only one of us. Line 2. In your eyes, it's me I see. In your eyes, it's me I see. Line 3, there is only one of us. Line 4, you are my reflection. And in the essence of eternal life and perfect, extraordinary 5 medicines, line 5, there is only one. Pretty beautiful, right? And what I will share with you was in my notes, as this was just coming through as part of this extraordinary ensoulment, in big capital letters right after here right now is a huge I love you. And I felt Sri Ramka wrapping his arms around me. So I'm going to sing this for you and know that I love you. And we have so much happening. So forgive me, I'm going to take a sip of tea. And you've got those 5 lines, right? So maybe you want to sing with me. I bet there's a lot of you out there that have been to Journeys with Sri and I, and you already know this song. And I'm hoping that you go listen to all 9 minutes. It's a 9-minute song. I was so excited they had it posted at YouTube. Go find Melissa Felipe. There is only one of us. Woo! All right, so are we ready? I know I am. So with a deep bow and with all my love and grace for all of you, there is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. I love you. And welcome to the Voice of Passionate Action. That was a welcome from my beloved wisdom teacher, now ascended master, wisdom teacher Sri Ramka. And I welcome you to this March extraordinary creation moment. And I invite you, as we're co-creating right now, to model what we're modeling here, to model what's happening here at Toast of Blue Mountain, to get into that chat and support each other, to allow each other to remember truth, to know that you can reverse age, that you can go through anything and you can come out the other side. Because the 5 medicines are spinning right now, and they're spinning hard, and they're spinning so that that spiral, that great spiral itself, has done what? It has opened up this huge field of adaptability. So in that huge field of adaptability, what are we doing? Adapting. The question is, what are you adapting to? What are you adapting to? Here at Tufts of Blue Mountain, we're all adapting to what it's like to model the new world, in a world that is kicking and screaming. We're actually doing it. That we're actually doing it. They have done everything they can to take me out, guys. Everything. But I'm still here with you, and I'm here because of you. And help me grow this channel. Help me do what they're trying to stop. They took Shri. And the gift of that, because it is a gift, is that ever since Shri said yes, because remember, you can never be taken unless somewhere deep down inside of you, you said yes, usually from a space of a collapsed experience. We're going to talk about that today because March is really putting it in your face today, right? So in this moment right now, you're still in a body. And yes, you have an ego. And yes, you have expectations. And you know what? We're down here every single day doing it. And I am so proud. I want to give a shout out to every single amazing being that has already moved here, guests that are just here for a couple of weeks, people that are here for months, people that are now moving here, those that have built homes here already. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes to this world. Thank you for saying that we can come together in a collaboration. I have brought all of our resources. I'm all in. The collaboration is coming. We are modeling that cooperation. And that's at the essence of the field of adaptability, what it's about. Have you ever really thought what it would be like to sit at a round table? Have you ever considered what it was just to get that round table built, much less in a room that wasn't destroyed? It took Shri and I 22 years working on that round table. We left because we would not sell out, and we saw what was coming. We got to live with the indigenous. We got to be accepted by the Highland Kachikel Maya. We got to be written into the Book of Days, learn things that have never been learned outside of their tribes, and then to be brought to Uruguay, where every single indigenous being had been slaughtered down to the last baby, where we were able to miraculously live on the land where one of the few remaining actual ruins of that civilization still existed somehow, to build pyramids there and find this guiding light to Tosa, Blue Mountain. That's what's been going on for you over the past 22 years, because 2024 is more than just this one moment. This is a 22-year culmination. And when we started the 20s, go back into this YouTube channel and watch what Shri and I were sharing about when we were 2019. Go back and look what we were talking about the roaring 20s that were coming again, and the way that everything was going to be building, that it was literally a replay that we had to be very careful of. Shri and I first started talking about this in 2019. Go back and look at the 7 polarities of free will. So in this moment, right now, I'm going to put up the March calendar, because you are here and you are ready and you are open and you are extraordinary. And oh my gosh, look what we've done, right? Forgive me, I'm on my little computer. There we are. The 0 point ignition of late 2023. This was November. Remember, our last choice month before February, which just closed, was November 2023. And again, go back, go look at all these videos. You want to do a binge watch, go binge watch all these predictions and let your mind be blown. And so in November 2023, we talked about the 0 point ignition coming in and how this unified field was going to start moving and coming together. Well, it's fully anchoring in the equinox, March 19. You need to put March 19 on your calendar. Look at March 19 on your calendar. I mean, I hope your jaw's dropping as much as mine. And if you have questions, put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. Sue's there. We're going to be getting the questions over to me. So as you look at the 19th of March, what do you see? Well, first of all, you see the Ave Sa inside of that beautiful 5-pointed star. That is a peak up level day of 2024. And remember, we jumped into 2024 with a peak up level. So this is really like the first harmonic. The only way I can describe this one, it's like a burst. It's just a burst. And if you gaze at the 6th, look right there, coming right up this week. The open eye forms perfect balance. You have the vertical, you have the horizontal. That is the hope, the ignition. I want to stop the share for a minute, but I'm going to come right back. This Wednesday, we're building into it right now. The field of potentiality is pulling us in. It's pulling us in. It's saying, come on. That's what's happening right now. When we get into the adaptability of our own conscious awareness, and I'm going to slow down because I want you to really hear that. The adaptability of your own conscious awareness. Really hear that. The adaptability of your own conscious awareness. So if we were to break that down, if I was to diagram that sentence, right? Let's look at conscious awareness. Conscious awareness in and of itself is where most are as far as this field of adaptability, meaning everyone is awake. The question is, what are you awake to? Every single being is awake. Let's let go of everything other than that and really hold that non-judgment space, 7th dimensional space, right? DMP, remember, we're open. So as we're in this 7th dimensional presence right now, knowing every being's awake, it offers a spiritual discernment that sustains conscious awareness. Because in that spiritual discernment, the ego is able to relax, the empowerment reigns. I am as you are. The body will reform, restore, rejuvenate. You are at a moment of choice. And your conscious awareness is the first moment. It's the center cog of that perfect balance. You know, when we were in Guatemala, and Don Simeon, whenever he would start making a mind ceremony, you start a mind ceremony with sugar because life is sweet and you want your life to be sweet. And in the center, and I do the authentic ceremonies here, you pour the circle. But in the circle, you have this beautiful cross of perfect balance. And I always giggle when I think about this because I do immediately remember Don Simeon's gorgeous smile, and he would look up at me out of the side of his eye and kind of go, "Nobody ever died on that." And that's really a beautiful thing to remember. As has been said by the beloved S.C. Na, has been said by the Galactic Brethren, in this experience of potentiality, nothing needs to die for you to live. Really breathe that in. Really breathe that in. And we're not going to explore that today, but it is part of what's happening on the 19th. So I'm going to go back to that because I really want you to take this in. And I do see some questions coming in, I think. Nope, I don't. I heard something else coming in. All right. So here we are. If you're gazing at the March calendar right now, what's going on there behind the 19th? And you notice that it's not just the 19th, it's coming in right after that beautiful new moon, right? So it's coming in on the 12th, which is right when that new moon is kind of like moving out of its peak. And then you notice it carries itself. It's like a sustaining field for a full week through until the 26th. So we have to go through the whole cycle of that moon. And the 19th is not right in the middle, but it's positioned in a way that it is do you see the spin? I think you can see my cursor. There we go. So if you see the spin, right? This is the lower spiral. This is the upper spiral. This week, we're moving right into the center of the field of adaptability. All of the alchemies are coming out. But on the 19th, this is like, imagine it's a comet coming straight at you. And that comet is going to smash right into the illusion. And if you see this wide alchemical swing, the Venn diagram, I'm going to let you follow that with my cursor, because if your eyes relax, I've got a lot of alchemy. There's a lot of alchemy happening here. We are at harmonic frequency shift itself. And this is that 19th. Imagine on the 19th, it's just like a boom, go. Everything you've been waiting for, everything that's been coming forward, everything that you knew was going to happen on the 19th is go. Go. So the key is to make it to the 19th. First of all, good job. We're here. We made it to March 1. Like, yay. I hope you're all popping some champagne on that. But we got to get to the 19th. And because the momentum is so wonderful, and I'm going to show you the ascended numerology, which is going to blow your mind in a moment, but because it's so extraordinary, because you're doing it, because your heart is growing, because conscious awareness is anchoring, the 5 medicines themselves are spinning so fast that it's going to be staying in that center, right? That center cog, which is consciousness. It's going to be about remembering, as Sri used to say so beautifully, you can't play your way off this game board. The only way off is to do what? Lift. And so right now, it's conscious awareness that's calling you to lift. And all the alchemies of this harmonic frequency, this is a jettison. This is an upgrade. This is an undeniable moment. And so let me go ahead and show you, because it's important to see the ascended numerology. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in and Sue will get them to me, because I know I'm giving you a lot of information today and I really appreciate you guys hanging with me on it. All right, hold on. I'm not seeing this on my own screen yet. There we are. Forgive me. All right, guys, let me just pull it out a little more so you can see the whole thing. And I do apologize I didn't get that done ahead of time. There we are. Okay, so what are we gazing at? Well, first of all, look at March itself. March is a 7. And when we put the March with the infinite energy of this year, all of 2024 is infinite presence. It's all about ascended heart. It's all about where's your heart going to anchor? What are you awake to, right? But it's carrying this infinite energy with it always. However, when you look at March 2024, this is the big one. And this is, I'm going to give you just a hint of that ensoulment I was sharing with you that will be with the Divine Mastery Presence. Look at the 6. First of all, when you look at the 6, when I was called to do this chart, and remember, I always do these 2 months ahead for Sedona Journal of Emergence, if you want to go grab it in the magazines. So on the 6th, on that 6, it was like, it felt to me almost like a block of cement. Like it was this huge, like it was just this big block, this 6. And when you look at that 6, where it is on the wheel, remember that the 6 is the one that if they have to, they can do it all. Right? The 6 can raise its arms. The 6 is the anchor point. It's the foundation. It might not be the most stable foundation if it tries to do it all alone, but it's the foundation. The 6 is able to anchor. And that's what this felt like. It felt like an anchoring energy. And if you look at the body of form, notice where that 6 is. 2nd chakra. Creation. So consider that. Anchoring creation. Wow, right? So that's right now. That began the minute this month took breath. You have been anchoring creation. So that's why your February choice is so important. What are you anchoring? What are you anchoring into creation? Because it's in your 2nd chakra. And remember that in the energy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, I'm going to come right back to this. In the energy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, it's about transmuting that 1st chakra from this need for safety all the time into the peace of knowing you're always safe. Really, and that's where the Yoga of Self-Ascension begins. So feel the difference in those, right? And then you live to that 2nd chakra. And rather than the 2nd chakra being about sex and all the other ways that chakra can be used, it's about the gift of true self-love and creation. Of the ability to truly be in the essence of the law of instantaneous manifestation because of the peace that is supporting that chakra that's coming in from the 1st. And it's only when those two are able to come together that we lift into that third chakra, that rather than being about dominion and power and all those other, I'd rather be right than happy. We move over to the I'd rather be happy than right, to the joy of the transcendent being that sustains the 2024, right? The 8 plus the infinite, which is the ascended heart, the foundation of our, divine galactic blueprint. If none of that made sense to you, go to shriankara.com and learn. It's all free and it's all there. So it's important to know that right now, this experience, this block, this March 6th, right, is calling out to your center of co-creation itself with the energy of love. With the energy of love. Consider how blessed we are that in all the ways the universe could have conspired to bring this to us in this potentiality, we get this gift. How crazy amazing is that, right? And so I'm going to go back to the chart, because when I did this chart, I think I remember calling Falling Snow Woman and going, oh my God, I need to recuperate after doing this chart. So it's the 6 plus the infinite. So on March 1, we came in, we went right to that 6. Remember, the one that believes they can do it all. And like a straight, and I love this, right? It's like a fountain of crystalline light. It shot up and it's got us in the infinite right now. And so your field of creation, your body of form right now has got its second chakra up going, hey, what's your choice? What do you want to create? Because right now, all of that is sitting in the field of creation itself, which is 100% neutral. The only time we forget neutrality is here. This is why I am here ignites the sea of neutrality in our essence, right? So in the field of complete neutrality, everything's amazing. What is your energy field, especially your second chakra of the body of form, and in the 6 o'clock position of the 5 medicines, mental body. So we're dealing with second chakra and the mental body. What is that trying to do to take you off balance right now? Just pay attention. Everyone is walking through this. We are all adapting to a higher harmonic frequency. Each will have their own, quote, symptoms. I'm going through my own. I'm trying to document them. I'm confident they're part of what happens when you begin this type of an integration. And so as you're documenting you, I want you to look at March 10, because on March 10, not only is it a 7, it takes that 6 and it just says, let me give you a little amplification, right? It's a moment. It's a really good moment. So on March 10, we have that amplification. And when we get that amplification, it's a prime experience. And remember that the prime energy is that which seeded this actual experience of potentiality in this world that we call Gaia, that has this field of linear time that we take through the sacred sequence of incarnation. In this moment right now, a prime experience is literally calling you back to the essence of your soul being, outside of the limitations of the perceptions that are created through the illusionary experience of the 5 medicines here. Breathe that in, listen, play it back slowly next time. You'll get it. So when you look at the 6 and you see that, what you're going to do is you notice what happens with that 7. Well, this is what I was showing you earlier, and I will put the calendar back up again so you can really see how potent these are together. That the I Am Mastery new moon calls in the harmonic up level. And that harmonic up level is happening as a positive swing. It's like a support. It's like, whoa, yeah, I needed just a moment. I needed a breather, right? I need to go dance for a minute, right? So it's 5-minute dance party, right? And then that number 6 comes out of the infinite, just as the 7 does. It's like this beautiful bell swing, right? Like a pendulum swinging. But the 6 comes out of the infinite and crashes into, let me take this, right? Yep. The 6 comes out of the infinite, and for the physical body, remember, we're sitting in our second chakra right now, whoom. And it's everything up here. It's all vision. So consider that right now in this moment, we're 3 days into it. And I love, we got this 9, 333 is a fabulous way to move to the 10. So in this moment, this has been like the first little moment of that. What is your second chakra? What is the balanced creation and form as it's out in the universe right now, reflecting and growing for you? because it's going to come slamming in and it's going to affect all of this. That's why I put a pyramid there. It's going to affect one way or another. So are you sending the signal of, I am ready to thrive. The law of instantaneous manifestation is mine. I am ready to be a unified field of one being. I am ready to stand in my seventh dimensional frequency of non-judgment, thereby the witnessing of the witnesser of the witness of the third. You have that capacity. That's part of this February choice. And so right now, how are you calling that in? So I want to put up the calendar again because it's going to make so much more sense to you now. And let's see, I closed it, so shame on me. Let me just close this and I'll open it again for you guys. Forgive me. All righty then. There we are. Thank you for your patience. Let me go ahead, and find my ability to share. There it is. Okay. There we are. So as you're gazing at the calendar, I want to read this to you again. The 0-point ignition of late 2023, remember that was November, fully anchors into the balance of the equinox. That's going to be the 19th. This new harmonic frequency is alchemical shift itself in motion as the law of instantaneous manifestation. So where did the new harmonic frequency come in? Because it's all going to anchor at the balance right here on the 10th. So you look at the 10th, and this is what I was just sharing with you earlier. On the 10th, the minute that new moon, that harmonic anchors, that we start, it's a reverberation. It's all beginning on the 10th. It's just like it's like that drop in the water that suddenly all those beautiful spirals are being seen. And so as that reverberation begins on the 10th, remember I mentioned to you on the 12th, when you're 3 days, right? That peak up level's kind of touching it, going, hey, here's what's coming next week. Here's what's coming next week, right? The 12th it's the beginning of it. And then on the 19th, it is a comet. And let me stop the share, and I want to go back to the Ascended Numerology, and then I'm going to take your questions because I'm just hearing lots of pings, but I haven't looked yet, Sue, but I will, I promise. So here's the Ascended Numerology again. So having just looked at that, remember that all month long, no matter when, that 6 is standing there. That 6 is the rock that is standing there. And I'm going to share a little bit more about the challenge of that after I do a few of your questions. So here we are in the 6. But the 6 is going up into the infinite, where it's going to come right back into that 7 as the new harmony. And the way that's on the clock is it very much feels to me like a free floating, like it's almost like these two supporting each other, right? A beautiful presence. And remember that it's going where? It's going to take up all. This is third eye, star consciousness, cosmic prime meridians, all of the internal awakenings, the pineal gland, all of it, CNS, medulla, it's all coming in. It's all opening. All the channels, all the portals are opening. But what happens after that harmonic up level? Well, then the next thing is what? We're going to go, remember the comet, that comet that's going like crashing into this equinox? Well, look at the equinox, another prime. And it takes us all the way around the wheel in a frontward motion. We go from the 7 all the way around to the 5, giving the 6 the support it needs. See that? It begins on that 7. It begins with the new moon. With the new moon, all the support's starting to happen. But it's like a kickstart, woo! That on the 5th, or excuse me, on the 19th, when we hit that 5, do you see that support? And that's why I started. Because what's happening is it's an alchemical equinox of eternal presence in a prime. It is the gathering of the original ones. It is the gathering of the remembrance. It is the gathering of that which has always been in conscious awareness. And you can tell how excited I am about that. So breathe that in. Whew, right? Now look at the body, because this is beautiful. So here we went from where? We went to that beautiful, beautiful second chakra, out into the universe where we are right now. We're going to bring that all the way into our vision on that 10th, right? So it's going to be wow, with this incredible new harmony. And then what do we do with all of that? I love this so much. On the 19th, we bring it to our throat. We bring it to our truth. And that's the gift. The reason that the 19th, for those of you that have ever said, will truth prevail? Is there still good in the world? Do we still have enough? Can we make a difference? The answer is number one, yes, just hold on till we get to the 19th, please. Get there, hold on. Don't let anything derail you, because it's going to be that mental body. Remember the 6 o'clock all month long, it's mental, like it or not. So what balances mental? Consciousness. And so that's important to remember. But when we get to our truth, when we get to the throat chakra, it means that all voices, because I'm going to go back to what I talked about earlier, right? All are awake. The question is, what are they awake to? So when that truth chakra really opens up, when that explodes, all voices will be found. The question is, what voice are you claiming? Because the voice it's here. It's already here. It's already talking to you. It's already coming through. So what is the voice you're claiming? And are you claiming it through that steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust, knowing that I am as you are, being that divine master in form? Or are you still coming from the paradigm of fear? So as I look down at all these questions, I want to put up one diagram because I think it's part of the questions. So I'm going to lead with this one. And the reason I'm leading with this one is, you guys know exactly why I'm leading with this one. Look within there. You see the red, right? That warning triangle. What's at the very top there? Victim, rescuer, and abuser. These words and this potentiality, these experiences in this potentiality, are part of why we come. That's why if you relax your eye, you see that's you in that 0-point field, just loving it all. You're here for it all. It's all good to you. And so as you gaze at that victim, rescuer, abuser cycle that is now gaining momentum in the field of potentiality, it's actually becoming a means of a new means of adding to the planetary thought body through fear, right? Because what keeps that going? You see that circle right there? It's fear, doubt, and hesitancy. Without fear, doubt, and hesitancy, you cannot be a victim, rescuer, abuser. And so it's the fear, doubt, and hesitancy that are the self-sabotage cycle. That means that you will lead yourself with massive expectations that could never be met, knowing that at some point you have an out clause through fear, doubt, and hesitancy, because the self-sabotage is so extraordinary. Rather than gazing, and I love the red pill, blue pill, don't we all? Because it is the choice. The choice was made in February. If you're not clear about it, then take this moment and do it. Because here's the key. What is behind here, this golden opened eye, this cosmic presence, this freedom, and all this beautiful cosmic support, beings of light coming and going, saying, yes, we're here, we're supporting, we've got this. Because together we are better. We can shepherd this new world experience. We absolutely can do this. Because that's when we are living as the teacher, mentor, healer. That's when we gather together at our round table, each bringing their own unique gifts, each one saying, here's my contribution, here's my contribution, here's my contribution, here's my contribution, knowing that when we can approach this from a completely different point of view, knowing when we can be in the emergent presence itself, as I am a living example of, come down and check it out, validate me. As you do that, as you give yourself that gift, as you move forward, that's the radiation of the harmonic frequency that will have an absolute effect on the planetary thought body that captures the essence of that which seeks to stop. It's that fear, doubt, and hesitancy supported by victim, rescuer, and abuser. So enough of me, right? I'm breathing in. You guys breathe in. All right, we've got lots and lots of questions here. I'm just going to start at the very beginning. So, I have to breathe a minute. I'm just feeling you all. Ever since Shri ascended, I never carry phones. I can't use them, and they actually really burn me. So I'm inviting Shri to be the one doing this right now. So we have a comment from Bhatya. Hi, Bhatya. And it says, I'm a witness that my physical body has changed. Yes. Thank you for sharing. I'm a witness to your body as well. You've sent me photos, and yeah, there's absolutely. All right. Let's see. So we have someone looking for a reading, and this is about her twin flame that had passed over. Yes. And I read, just so you know, Key, I did read, I had sent, Sue had sent to me earlier, everything that you had written in the YouTube comments. And I wanted to address that. So let's bring a hand to our heart, because this is more than a reading. This is for everyone right now. So I want you all to bring your hands to your heart and really, wow, as I just brought my hands to a heart, I felt a lot of your hearts right now. So why don't Sri Ramka invite us to do an Ave Saw breath together? Let's do that, okay? So if you don't know it, you breathe the energy of Ave through your nose deeply, and you exhale the word Saw slowly through your mouth. So let's just do that together. Breathing in on Ave. Saw. And smiling. Because when we complete our deep breath with a smile, it sends a signal to the physical body and the universe that there is an integration of the recognition of the gift of transcendence. It's a relaxation, and I encourage you to adopt that habit. So this beloved one, if you didn't read what she had shared in the chat, had a beautiful sacred union experience that never manifested into seeing each other, and this person transitioned before they did. And I'm not going to go into all of your details, and I'm also not going to go into the horoscope aspect of it. And let me share with you why, and forgive me. It was the Ascended Master Saint Germain in the first of the I Am books that Sri and I were blessed, the one that manifested for us, where it was Saint Germain himself that said, there has been more damage done in the name of horoscopes in this potentiality than any other modality, because it limits your consciousness to this field, and it's an attachment to this field and the way this field works. What it is a tool of growth. It's an extraordinary gift. However, part of the reason your pain is still with you is because of your attachments to old paradigms and things that you have been told before. And that's why I wanted to address this with everyone, because we are at that moment where transitions, especially among those that were our beloved, and everything you may feel about it, anger, guilt, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're experiencing, the one thing that my beloved wisdom teacher, Sri Ramka, gave me the gift of right now is that I've never experienced this depth of loss and pain in the physical world. I never had this in my conscious awareness, but I do now. And so I know what you're feeling in so many ways. And so do you and everyone else here. We are at a moment right now where the energy of love itself is being manipulated. This is why, what is the second chakra? What is the second chakra? Love. In the Yoga of Self-Ascension, but it's self-love. Because without that self-love, without that release of that fear, doubt, and hesitancy, you are unable to sustain the depth of fifth dimensional frequency that becomes the bedrock of lifting beyond. It is a wellspring, and it is easy to touch in and out of fifth dimensional frequencies right now because of the collapse of the fourth dimension. If you don't know what I'm talking about, dig into this YouTube channel and watch the video on the collapse of the fourth dimension, which we put out, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 now. So when the fourth dimension collapsed, it was only a matter of time before we started having this erosion. And so these types of questions and the unexpected, it was only unexpected to us. When we really are able to accept the sacred sequence of incarnation, when we are really able to be freed through our conscious connection, we can let go of what does it mean and why was it that, and we can smile and get what it, at the end of the day, what all of it's about, and I mean all of it, is for you to remember to be with those five medicines, to remember that the five medicines are a wheel that can be spun in many different directions. And right now they're spinning everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And so as those five medicines spin, remember that 12 o'clock is the physical body, 3 o'clock is the emotional body, 6 o'clock is the mental body, and 9 o'clock is the spiritual body. Without the center cog, the physical and the mental will constantly be at war with each other, and so will the spiritual and the emotional. And none of them will ever take you anywhere beyond a lateral experience of adapting a better framework of language unless the consciousness in the center is turned on, because that's the stabilizing key. That's, as Sri would talk about, the lift off the game board. That's why he studied David Hawkins for 22 years. That's why, the levels of consciousness really are yours to navigate. So with these types of questions, and I know you're feeling pain, and for all of you who may be feeling this, however someone around you transitioned, in whatever form their physical body has left this planet, and this is a big moment. There are a lot of elders leaving right now. And to all of you, I love you. Receive that you are here to learn from that gift. So what do you want to learn? You can learn to always question and need more answers, or you can learn to accept the brilliance of the timing, accepting the fact that, like it or not, you're in a new life. So what do you want it to look like? I know that's the question that's been in front of me. All right, here's another question from Joyful Living Quantum Healing. Love that name. All right, can you share about the difference between giving with open hands and giving in balance? Yes, because it's such a beautiful thing. It's really the same. There's really, it's a nuance. It's more to me like a twisting of a word. Giving with open hands means, number one, that you are giving with sincerity, love, and presence. No ulterior motive. When ulterior motive comes in, and that's really a big one to get beyond, because what you could have a brain feast, especially this month with the mental, right? 6 o'clock. You have a brain feast with what is ulterior motive and what wouldn't be or what wouldn't constitute it. What it is at the end of the day, so simply, is when the gift of being in the essence of the exchange, whatever it is all that's in you. That there isn't even room for anything else, because the integrity of your divine mastery presence has anchored in. And so when we give with an open hand, it also means we receive, doesn't it? If my hands are open, I'm giving as much as I'm receiving. Is that not the balance? So that's why I'm saying I think they are, for me, it's the same thing. And to know that you are the ultimate truth detector, you will know immediately when you feel out of balance, and you might even feel out of balance in the giving. That's when you should stop, because there is an ulterior motive. Look for it and embrace it and say, oh my gosh, thank you for showing me that. And then notice how in your experience you resolve that, because it's unique. Every being is as unique in that experience as you are, which is why it's not a debatable experience. It's yours to have. All right. Galactic Shaman. Hey, Galactic Shaman. Is this a time that the soul monad is coming together? Is that partially what this time frame is about? Okay, well, first and foremost, let's get rid of all the old languaging, right? Okay, soul monad, whatever you want to, reference with that is awesome. Get beyond that, because even that's limiting in this potentiality. Words like time frame are also limiting. So what we are in is in just offering you an expansion. We are in a moment where our experience, our conscious awareness, right? Because it's always awareness, experience, choice is the way that we ascend. So our conscious awareness of the experience of this potentiality is inviting our choice into complete unified field experience in a body of form. We have not ever done that before. Collectively in this potentiality, and this is another reason why I let go of the past. Archangel Zadkiel, the past is just that, past. All the myths, all the stories, everything that you may have as far as past life remembrances of Lemuria, Atlantis, other advanced civilizations, here at Tosa Blue Mountain, where the original light seeding temple is, which is why so many are gathering and remembering, right? We are all coming together in these moments of knowing in this potentiality to basically balance and imbalance, because the one thing we have never accomplished, and that's why I'm all in. That's why every ounce that I am, every breath that I take is all in to model something that we have not accomplished before, which is to reach a level of consciousness that the physical body can still sustain, Many of those that have come before in this potentiality were unable to sustain the level of consciousness into the body of form. They would have to go live in caves, or they would check out very early. There was just no way it could be sustained. And the frequency channeling that we have now, the planet itself in this potentiality had to go through its own experience of its own process to be able to sustain where we are now. For right now, it's just been about making sure we didn't implode till we got here. Every breath we take is one breath more than we have ever collectively lasted before. We're all on bonus time, so why not party? Why not let it be fun? And so in that moment, there are those that are honestly, they don't need to be here. And they came to give messages. Those are the ones that are leaving early. Those are the ones that you go, why? Right? Shri, one of them. Anyone who's left due to, any other means that might seem shocking or whatever, they were all here to give us a message. And the way it's happening is part of the message. It's our choice to do something about it. In a moment where we are being gifted in March, where it's about love, I mean, that self-love that can't ever be taken away once you really get it, right? It's about that love or hate. Those are the choices before us, love or hate. Go back and look at the 7 polarities of free will, right? When all of that first came out in 2015. So in this moment, this experience, and where we do have a linear time that we all have agreed to through the sacred sequence of incarnation, is absolutely about that unified field. And it's about, and Shri used to say it so beautifully, you don't have to die to ascend. And I will share with you that Shri was in a 100-year up level trying to get his body to equal mine so that we thought we would be doing this in 2 bodies. And so we're aware. And this is why at 63, I'm doing everything I can, praying that you're here when you're 15. And I know a lot of you were, and I got to grow up with you too. The greater you take care of your conscious awareness, the greater opportunity you have to not only do what's happening in this body of form right now, but to take it further. This is just the beginning of what you're capable of outside of that which is seeking to take you from it. So great question. Thanks for asking. All right, Daylin. I do not understand how to interpret ascended numerology, nor do you have to. Not everyone's an ascended numerologist. Just play me back on slow. Go pick up a copy of the Sedona Journal of Emergence. Look at our website, Shri and Kira. I think we'll be updating that in the next day or so. You can read more about it. What matters more, and I'm going to put up the chart again. Everybody bring a hand to your heart, because I'm sure that Daylin's not the only one that feels this way. So as you're gazing at the chart right now, first and foremost, close your eyes. All right, just close your eyes. And when you open them, I'm going to ask you just to look at the wheel, not to look at anything else. So just close your eyes, take a nice whoo, relax. There you go. Now open your eyes, gaze at the wheel, breathe, and just notice what you're noticing. Notice what you're feeling. Let go of understanding it. Let go of anything other than, what do you notice? Is there emotion? Is there a harmony? Is there a chakra that's calling to you? Notice what you notice. And just taking another breath. There you go. You can relax your hands off your heart if you want. And then relaxing that breath, I want you to close your eyes again. There you go. And as you close your eyes, this time when you open them, I'm going to have you look at that body. And again, without any sense of needing to understand. So let's go ahead, opening our eyes. Let's gaze at the body. Whew, and what do we see? What are we noticing? That dotted line all the way around is this infinite presence cocoon that's guiding us through this monthly, this whole year. Actually, it came in for the whole year. And relax your breath. And that's the way you first understand it. Remember, what is ascended numerology? Ascended numerology is the sequencing of the ascended presence as it moves through fields of potentiality. The one thing that's fairly universal is numerological sequencing and being able to understand numbers. However, the difference with this system is that it utilizes the full 13, which at the end of the day is the 1 plus the 3, which is the cross of perfect balance again. The 13 encompasses our eternal nature. We do not truncate, right? The arithmancy is not truncated from 1 to 9. It's 0 to 12. And your master soul code, I'm showing what the March 2024 master soul code is in motion, right? But when you get your own ascended, when I do a session, or any of our ascended numerologists around the world do a session for you, you're receiving your master soul code, and that doesn't change. And what happens is that, imagine a million some odd years ago, let's just be whatever, and I'm very much outside of linear time, when the original seeding on this planet was a place where we all came, because it wasn't about remembering who you were. It was about coming here because you knew who you were, and you had the gift of playing with a body of form in this Garden of Eden. Your mastery presence was assured. And at the moment of your incarnation, the sacred scrolls were delivered to those that were cherished enough, that were honored enough to shepherd you to grow. So to receive your ascended numerology is the opening of the sacred scrolls. It's a gaze behind the mystical window. It's a divine mastery presence in and of itself. And so it first exists within your energy field. It's something that once you relax into, not only does it make sense, and then you can go read it and that'll help, it offers you an opportunity to connect outside of the mind. And remember, March is very mental. All right, I have a question here from Linda. Hey, Linda. Aside from the practices, is there something particular we need to do or focus on to potentiate this energy? Yes, creation and love. Creation and love. This is very much this whole month. Remember, that's 6, right? So that 6 came out like that block of cement. So another practice that's really good this month that I do suggest, and it's at the website if you don't know it, is the container practice, where we very quickly clear our chakras out. Also, please, 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 everyone, make sure you're doing the erase. I must do it 100 times a day here. So make sure you're doing the erase. And if you don't know what that is, it's at the YouTube channel. Go look it up, and all the instructions are there. Really important, because all, and I mean all, of these alchemies are spinning right now. And so it's about keeping yourself in that stable presence. Something as simple as the mantra of self-ascension. I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me, which is always playing in the background for me. Thank you for asking. And of course, a deep Ave Sa breath, right? All right. Here we have Catherine. Which program would help me the most with getting my consciousness to where you're talking about? Oh, Angel, how kind of you to ask. Sacred Sequence of Incarnation. Start there. It's at our website, or send an email. Send an email to support@selfascension.com, and Falling Snow Woman's happy to help you as well. But I'm thinking Sacred Sequence of Incarnation, also quantum clairvoyance. It teaches you how to MERP and how to open up your quantum clairvoyance channels. It's very easy to ignite a much greater depth of conscious awareness, rather than just the limiting perceptions that the third eye even itself is hard to transcend. It's when we go from our third eye to our star consciousness right about here, and then we have these cosmic prime meridians, that things get a lot clearer. And here's the other thing. If you're here, you're already doing it. So thank you for being here, sweetheart. All right, I can take one more. I'm taking this. It's from Irene, I think. Kira, I have no words for all the inspiration and gratitude I feel for what you express. Oh, sweetheart, I thought this was a question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I feel so home in what you are saying, because you are. Thank you for knowing. See, that's the gift. Together we are better. Together we are better. And I do want to share with all of you, because you really inspired me. I'm going to have to now show you this. So yesterday, very interesting what happened here. We were supposed to have the I Am Mastery ceremony for March, and it's very, very, very big. And we do this every month. And everybody who has our app automatically gets there this time, because it's that important. But look, if you don't have our app, or you're not on our email list or whatever, write Sue at support@ShriandKara.com and get on the list for this coming Saturday. This is now going to be this Saturday. And I find that to be really profound, because we did everything we could to be here. We did everything we could to be here, and could not. There was literally like the internet was down for the entire area all day. But next Saturday is the 9th. And we will be with those who will already be in the 10th. And after everything I just shared with you today, be there with us next Saturday. It's not a Zoom broadcast. It's not a YouTube broadcast, because it's just too sacred. I also want to share, before we go off the air today, I want to bring it up so I can read it to you. Just a hint of the ensoulment, because it's all about the 6. And so this ensoulment came through when Shri invited me to sing to you as we open today. And for those of you that are in the Divine Mastery Presence, we will be diving deep into this one and really going deep into your visioning. And if you're called, come join us. We're on a journey. There's still time to jump in, become part of DMP. I think it's still even on the homepage at Shri and Kira. So I want to read this to you and bring your hands to your heart because it's powerful. And I know it might challenge some of you, and maybe that's why they want me to read it to you. The superficiality of the spiritualized ego as the complicity to keep consciousness lateral. And I want you to really breathe that in. With the field of adaptability here and these two very strong spirals, the pull to the lateral spin, to that easy access to the fifth dimension, to the same old, to the models of jealousy, greed, and competition, which is exactly the opposite of the new world, to exist outside of jealousy, greed, and competition and realize that there's billions sitting there when it comes from the place of this space of heart. The dissolution of the superficiality of the spiritualized ego as the complicity to limit and keep consciousness lateral. It's in these things like, let's just all get along. Or, no, I'm just going to sit on my chair. Or, no, I don't want to do that. That's too hard. It's that, I do have my own little limit and I'm comfortable here. That's what's in front of you. And that takes the courage to let go of judgment of yourself. Because as all the five medicines begin to spin, and I mean, they are spinning beyond the capacity of this mind of form to actually keep up. But it's in the 6 o'clock position, right? We are right there in the 6 o'clock position, the mental body. And so right now, it's important to know that it's the mental body that is seeking to rule you and to pay attention to that with the gift of love. And so as we come together right now, I want to invite you to do two things. Number one, love yourself more and celebrate that you're in a body of form and that you are here right now. And that March is coming with a veracity, with a tenacity. Everything that you are is in front of you. Just make a clear choice because you need to live it. And I want to invite you that join us this Saturday. If you're not on our email list, get the app, download the app. You'll automatically get part of that this Saturday. Normally we don't give general access to this. We're not going to be on YouTube, but be there this Saturday on the 9th. This is a really powerful moment. And please put March 19 on your calendar right here at YouTube. You're going to start seeing promotions for that because we are blessed that we have, again, extraordinary elders coming out of the Amazon because they want to honor Shri on this beautiful equinox. Alexander Padilla will be here with all of the Kenyari, the music. All of the priests, priestesses that are gathering here live will be here, and we pray you'll be with us as well for a very, very sacred and honoring moment when all of us go to the next level. I invite you, if your heart is calling you to carry this consciousness, I challenge you to come join us. Join those of us that are gathering for these 13 months, every other Wednesday through Divine Mastery Presence, and make sure you're part of every Monday Mastery, second and fourth Monday of every month. I love you, and I'm here for you. What I know is that shepherding the new world, showing that this model works, inviting others to actually break free of their limitations is a gift that I pray can be given to my children's children's children. I love you with all my heart. Check out shriandkira.com. We are a work in progress. If you're a WordPress person, please help us.